Coming up on Cabarrus This Week, community paramedics visit local LunchPlus clubs to help seniors learn the right way to discard unused prescriptions. And the old Cabarrus Savings Bank building has new life as a local hub for entrepreneur innovation and education. And finally, county officials present commissioners with a schematic design for the new barn at Frank Lisk Park. All this and more on Cabarrus This Week. Welcome to Cabarrus This Week. I'm Kasha Thompson. Today we're at the Mount Pleasant LunchPlus Club, a drive-through meal site for seniors. Community paramedics are visiting LunchPlus to take back unused or expired medications and pass along important information on prescription management. EMS Captain Kara Clark shares more about the work they're doing and how it can save a life.
How are you, ma'am?
Medication take-back is important so there's no misuse of prescription medications at anybody's household.
Thank you very much. We will take care of it.
It allows the members to ask any questions they might have, as well as today we're taking drugs back that they might not be using anymore.
They're just sitting in the house, around the house and stuff, so I mean, we never know what to do with them.
You don't know what to do with it. You know, they say don't flush it, don't throw it in the trash can.
They've had a loved one pass away, and unfortunately they just didn't know what to do with those medications. So they brought them to us and we're gonna take care of them appropriately.
It gives me a peace of mind that I was able to get rid of it in a safe manner. I went back home and got them.
We want to be there for those in the community and make sure that we help with the misuse of medications.
It will be disposed of and not fall in the wrong hands of someone.
If you have medications that you're not using at your house, you can take them to several of the medication drop box locations that we have in Cabarrus County.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Cabarrus County EMS wants you to do the right thing. Make sure your prescription is the right drug, for the right person, at the right time, administered the right way, and at the right dosage. Take your unused or expired medications to drop boxes across Cabarrus County, including the Cabarrus County Sheriff's Office lobby. Seniors looking to receive a nutritious meal each weekday can sign up for LunchPlus Club with locations in Concord, Midland, Harrisburg, Kannapolis, Mount Pleasant, and Northwest Cabarrus. Call 704-920-1400, select option 7. Now let's move to downtown Concord, where after months of planning and construction, the Cabarrus Center has opened in the historic former Cabarrus Savings Bank building. Flywheel, a leader in growing businesses through co-working communities, manages this historic space. Cabarrus Economic Development Commission Director Paige Castrodale shares how aspiring entrepreneurs, existing businesses, and the community can connect with education, networking, and mentoring resources in the new space.
We cut the ribbon on the Cabarrus Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship in early March. And this project really came about as a way to support existing businesses in our community and help folks start new businesses. It's a collaboration between all of the different organizations that already exist in our community who are working with businesses. And we all came together and said, how do we streamline these resources? How do we make our services more accessible to the business community here? You can attend events here, you can attend workshops here. Whether you need an office or you're just starting a business, we want folks to feel like they can come here and get the support that they need. This really is a great space and it has a lot of history here for Cabarrus County. A lot of folks remember it as Cabarrus Savings Bank. When I look around, I'm so grateful that they really honored the history of the building and preserved that. The room that we're in now was the bank lobby, and there's an event space that can seat up to 75 people. There's a retail lab which will help support Main Street entrepreneurs who are testing out new retail concepts. The vault has been turned into a seminar room. We have the ability to evolve based on what we hear from the community in terms of what the business community needs. And this really is in the heart of downtown, and I think it's going to be recognized as sort of a catalyst for some of the development that's happening down here.
Thanks, Paige. Learn more about the Cabarrus Center at cabarruscenter.com or on any of their social media channels at Cabarrus Center. Finally, we have some great news about the Frank Lisk Park barn replacement. Commissioners recently heard an update on the schematic design of the new barn, including what the building will be made of and images of materials and layouts. While the appearance of the barn is set, much of the layout is near complete. Officials are still working through the logistics of one of the challenging components, the function and appearance of the silo.
One of the things that the board challenged myself and the design team with was the silo. And when we originally started looking at the silo, one of the ideas that came up was we could house the elevator in the silo. The logistics of putting an elevator and all those controls in a silo and then having a catwalk from the silo to the barn, it started to prove very challenging, not just engineering-wise, but cost-wise. The function that silo provides, I would say there's probably two functions that it could provide if we designed it a certain way. There is an ability to take those panels and put whether it be the history of the barn or the history of the park, there is a way to display graphics and verbiage on some of those panels. Instead of making a history wall inside the barn that explains the history of Franklin's Park and as a working dairy farm and so on and so forth, we could put that out there on that metal paneling. The other ability of that silo would be that you can put some LED lighting in the top of that, and you could light that at certain times. But it would be a focal point and a beacon showing the barn as the flagship of the park. And of course, as we determined as we went through our public surveys, the silo has a special meaning to folks. I mean, it showed up in a lot of the comments. Basically, you're looking at, for doing all of this project, plus the silo, plus replacing the water lines that run up to this, $4.7 million. So we've reviewed the cost. I've had an independent cost estimator look at it, and then I also had the design team do it. So two different numbers. The delta was very low, so they were close to each other. So we currently sit on $4.2 million.
Okay.
And we also have an additional $780,000 in water line replacements throughout the park, which this is part of that, is going to be replacing these water lines. So I plan on using those funds, but still, unless instructed otherwise, the silo would be an alternate. And obviously we're ways away from bidding this out. So I feel confident right now with where we are with these estimates and where we are in the market that we will be able to build this. I think there will have to be a decision made on the silo. So really it'll be something that the board has to decide after we get the bids in terms of what we're able to do.
I would say the same. I like the appearance of it. I think the silo is important. I think it speaks to the heritage and history of the park. That was a terrible, horrible thing that happened to the people of Cabarrus County, and certainly at the hands of a arsonist or a vandal, or as much as we know about how that happened, but we are not replacing that barn. We are building a new facility to serve the people of Cabarrus County, and you can look at these renderings and tell very quickly that this is a building that will perform many functions that our former building would not. I like the look of this. I think it's got enough of the style and the essence of what used to be there that people will make that connection and allow for a lot of additional functionality and events. And we've certainly talked a lot in the past about how popular the old structure was, and this is going to offer a lot of additional opportunities. I think y'all have done a great job. I really like it.
Stay updated on the discussions and actions of our County Board of Commissioners. Watch meetings live and catch reruns right here on Cabco TV. Work sessions typically take place the first Monday of each month at 4 p.m., while regular meetings typically take place the third Monday at 6:30 p.m. That's our show for this week. Thanks for joining us. Check out more stories and updates by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Cabarrus County, or subscribing to our weekly newsletter. Just visit cabarruscounty.us and type newsletter in the search bar. Remember to watch all of our other programming, including commissioner meetings, Pam's Kitchen, historical moments, and out and about. Go to youtube.com/Cabarrus County. Make sure to like and subscribe to get all of our updates. And here's one last announcement. COVID-19 has put thousands of Cabarrus County households on the verge of eviction. For thousands more, it's only a matter of time before the utilities are cut off. Well, help is here. Through the Cabarrus County Emergency Rental Assistance Program, households with financial hardship due to COVID-19 can apply for payment of overdue rent and utilities dating back to March 13, 2020. For more information, text ERAP to 888-777, visit erap.cabarruscounty.us, or call 704-920-1400, select option 4, then option 6. That's our show for this week. Thanks for watching Cabco TV. Take care.